Alana Hadid.
Thank you. I'd like to pause and recognize that in the next few minutes while I speak, more Palestinians will be murdered by the state of Israel. My name is Alana Hadid, and I am the child of a Nakba survivor. It has been said before, but it bears repeating. This did not start on October 7th. My father, Mohammed Hadid, was made a refugee by the creation of Israel in 1948 before he could walk. My grandparents were violently expelled from their homes and the towns their ancestors helped build at the hands of Zionists who planned for their expulsion decades in advance. The Nakba never ended. From 1948 until now, the mass expulsion, displacement, targeted killing, and ethnic cleansing of Palestinians has persisted. And I condemn Israel for all of it. I will say that again. I condemn Israel for every day of Palestinian suffering at their hands from 1948 until today. Today we are watching a genocide on our screens. We are seeing an ongoing Nakba on social media. The horrors that are reality for Gaza and the West Bank for 100 days on our phones for the world to see. Babies are dying in Gaza before they are given birth certificates. Palestinians are carrying their family members in body bags. Each day, 247 Palestinians are killed, one every 6 minutes. 48 mothers every 2 hours. 30,000 children orphaned, more than 7,000 people missing or stuck under the rubble, close to 30,000 killed by Israel's genocide. This is not a reality I can live with. I refuse to live in a world where my father cannot live and die where he was born. I refuse to live in a world where Nakba survivors are displaced again and again by the genocide and unjust war on Gaza. I refuse to live in a world where families are wiped from the earth by missiles signed and funded by American politicians and our hard-earned tax dollars. I refuse to live in a world where children's hands dig for their families or journalists are targeted for showing the world the truth. I refuse to live in a world where famine and thirst are imposed as a tactic of genocide. I refuse to live in a world where Palestinians are told our lives don't matter by a country we fund and politicians we voted into office. Palestine has been showing their devastation to the world every day for over 3 months. The brutality of this genocide, occupation, and the ongoing Nakba by the state of Israel have been laid in front of the world, and the people have spoken. We have flooded the streets, taken to social media, called our representatives, boycotted, shut down bridges, streets, and businesses, and still our government and media are complicit. This is not democracy. President Biden, we the people demand to be heard. We the people demand justice. We the people demand liberation. We the people demand an end to a genocide and an end to a brutal occupation of Palestine. We the people vote in leaders we trust, and Biden and those loyal to AIPAC, we see you, and we do not trust you. We know you hear us. We will not be silenced. We know our votes matter to you. We will not tire. We will not stop. We will continue to fight for collective and universal freedom and equality for all. We will remember in November. And we demand a free Palestine. Palestine is freeing the world, and we will see a free Palestine, a free Congo, a free Sudan, Tigray, Armenia, Ethiopia, Haiti, Yemen. We will see land back and liberty for all indigenous communities. Collective freedom is what Palestinian has taught the world. Bravery and perseverance is what Palestinians have shown us day after day, not just for 100 days, but 75 years, and we must continue the struggle for them. We must keep speaking for those this world has set out to silence. We are the voice of Palestine, and we are saying no more. To everyone out there fighting for liberation, we see you, we hear you. Do not stop. This is our time, and our voices will be heard. We invite the world to join us. It's not too late to be an agent of change. We together can unite for collective liberation. Together, we are more powerful to make change than anyone who seeks to oppress us. To Palestine, I love you. We love you. Your bravery and strength to those living and lost will serve in our heart to fuel our fire to freedom forever. It's ceasefire now, end the occupation, end the blockade, liberation and freedom for all. Free, free Palestine, from the river to the sea.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
We are coming to our conclusion. We have 3 more speakers that we know you guys want to hear from. The first is our Imam, Omar Sulaiman.
Let's go!
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Behind me, you have over 200 martyrs that are represented by their families. 200 martyrs whose stories were never told in the mainstream media. Posters that you have not seen on the light poles here in Washington, D.C., or in New York, or in Chicago, or in Dallas. And all of us represent now over 36,000 people that have either been martyred or that are under the rubble. And I want you to appreciate that in this country, this isn't our first protest. We have taken to the streets in the name of one victim of state violence for months at a time. If we were to take to the streets for every single casualty and every single person that is under the rubble for the last 3 months, it would take us 100 years to honor each and every single one of those victims. And if we were to collectively take to the streets for the rest of our lives, for just one of the people on these posters, for just one Wa'al al-Dahduh, it would be worth it. They ask us where our Nelson Mandelas are. We say that our Mandela is suing you criminals at The Hague right now for genocide. We say that our Mandelas are the children that have resisted over 7 decades of occupation standing in front of Israeli tanks. We say that our Mandelas are the Wa'al al-Dahduhs and the Mu'tazis of the world who continue to hold up cameras to your genocide unintimidated. We say that our Mandelas are the Rachel Corries of the world, are the allies of Palestine, that despite all of the Israeli propaganda over these years, have never relented in standing by our side and saying that we will not go home until every Palestinian can go home. Dear brothers and sisters, I wonder what Desmond Tutu, who went to Palestine and recognized apartheid and said this is even worse than what we experienced in South Africa, and who particularly bemoaned watching ambulances blocked by checkpoints and apartheid walls. I wonder what he would say watching this genocidal government bomb hospitals and ambulances today. I want to capture not just the cruelty of the moment. I want to capture the insanity of the moment. How low is the threshold? How low the barometer that calling for a ceasefire is too much for some politicians and media commentators and people who claim to be for human rights with the backdrop of 10,000 murdered children. How low is the threshold of morality? So we say that if with the backdrop of genocide, you have still not found it in your moral conscience to call for a ceasefire, you are heartless. And we say that if with the backdrop of the occupation and apartheid that enabled the genocide in the first place, you still have not called for the end of the decades-long atrocities against our people, you are shameless. And if you have failed to see our humanity, we have not failed to see your hypocrisy. And you've made it clear that shipping lanes in Yemen are more important to you than our lives. And you've made it clear that you want our votes without hearing our voices. But we're going to make you hear our voice today on behalf of all of these families and all of the martyrs and all of those that are still standing strong. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., we charge you with genocide. 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 Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Our next speaker is one of our favorite Palestinian American singers and songwriters, Anis.
Thank you all for being here. When I look out into this crowd, I see proof that Palestine will be free one day. So be proud of yourselves for being here. I've written a poem that I want to share with you that I feel many of us in the diaspora can relate to. It's called I Don't Feel Safe as a Palestinian. I don't feel safe as a Palestinian. Would you, now that you've seen all the terror and the trauma we put through, now that you've seen the dead babies and the families under rubble, even in the comfort of our home and in the safety of our bubbles, I don't feel safe as a Palestinian. I never have. Ever since I was a kid, I felt the target on my back. All the classmates got to celebrate the land of their ancestors. But I saw the way the hatred and the racism would fester anytime I had the nerve to get excited or express how I am blessed to be Palestinian, so I learned to repress. I don't feel safe as a Palestinian. I wish I did. I wish I wasn't so concerned that one day I'll have a kid, and that kid won't understand why we can't visit the land where Sifty lived, why there's no birthright for the indigenous. I don't feel safe as a Palestinian. Even here in America, where I'm supposed to live without a fear, but a 6-year-old Palestinian was stabbed to death and 3 college students were shot for the scarf around my neck. How dare we dare to exist? If our existence is a threat, then I don't feel safe as a Palestinian. Why should I? I've been watching genocide for months, documented live. These people look like you and I. We've heard every scream and cry, but our president sent them billions so millions more could die. I don't feel safe as a Palestinian. But that will change. I know one day our homeland will live a life without this pain. Their screams will be of joy. Their tears will be of laughter. The people of Palestine will live happily ever after. We will be safe as Palestinians. One day soon, They cannot break us, they cannot shake us, no matter what evil they use, no matter how many they kill, no matter what bullets they shoot. You can't break the soul of a native people who refuse to accept their occupation. So no matter what they do, we will be safe as Palestinians. It's just a matter of time. From out of the hell of darkness, the light of freedom will shine. From under the city's rubble, Gaza's people will rise and dismantle the occupation, because within our lifetime, we will finally be safe as Palestinians. Don't ever lose your hope. They can steal land, they can steal homes, they can steal a lot of things from us, but they can never steal our joy, they can never steal our art, and they can never steal our hope. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Louder, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Let Biden hear you! Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Within our lifetime!
Within our lifetime!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Within our lifetime!
Within our lifetime!
Keep going. Free Palestine.
We will free Palestine!
We will free Palestine!
Within our lifetime!
Within our lifetime!
It is my honor to introduce the scholar, the theologian, Dr. Cornel West.
Let the word go forth here and now that we are going to hold up the blood-stained banner and the tear-soaked cause of our precious Palestinian brothers and sisters. Not just in Gaza and West Bank, but all around the world. And it is in the name of truth, and the condition of truth is to allow suffering to speak. In the name of justice. And justice is what love looks like in public. Yes, it's indeed true that Brother Martin Luther King Jr. would have been 95 years old on Monday. And he, like myself, comes from a tradition of a great black people who have been hated and terrorized and traumatized for 400 years, but we still here fighting, we still here swinging. So I'm here to let my precious Palestinian brothers and sisters and siblings know that when I think of where I come from, for every generation we have love warriors who are willing to live and who are willing to die. Martin Luther King Jr. said, I'd rather be dead than afraid. I'd rather be a corpse than a coward. We need courage. We need love and freedom in love. Don't let anybody lie on you and say that we here in the name of hatred. We don't hate anybody. We love Palestinians. We love oppressed people no matter where they are, any corner of the globe. They could be on the chocolate side of Washington, D.C. They could be Dalits in India. They could be landless peasants in Brazil. They could be indigenous peoples. They can be Iranians, they can be Iraqi, anybody. This is a human thing we're here for. So when you hear all the lies that hide and conceal the crimes, remember what Brother Martin used to say, no lie can live forever. Truth crushed the earth shall rise again. I see it in your faces. I see it in your eyes. I see it in your hearts. I see it in your bodies. And oh, I wish you can see how beautiful you look. Isn't that beautiful you look? All the different colors and genders and cultures and sexual orientations and national identities. Why? Because you hear the name of truth and justice, and we are going to raise our voices, put our bodies on the line, and yes, even go to jail and even die. Oh, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. December 17th, 1951, there was a great black brother named Paul Robeson. Y'all know who Paul Robeson was? Give it up for Paul Robeson. He went to the United Nations with a petition that said, "We charge genocide." He was talking about black people in the American Empire. And it is consistent to be in solidarity with South Africa, but we don't have to charge genocide. We see it with our very eyes. Day in and day out. Those precious babies, the precious men, the precious women. What kind of world are we living in? America, what kind of country? What kind of empire? All of that barbarity, all of that bestiality, and we still have to march in Washington before the Capitol and the White House. My God. It's amazing to me when I think of Biden and Harris and Austin and Blinken and Sullivan and Kirby. I can mention all the names. And I don't speak in a spirit of hatred. I speak in a spirit of love for oppressed folk, which leads me to hate domination, occupation, subjugation, degradation, any form that loses sight of the humanity of people. And I say personally to Biden and company, you're not just enabling, you're not just facilitating, you're not just coagulating and cooperating with vicious crime of genocide. That makes you war criminals yourself. You ought to be shamed. Who do you think we are? You think that you can suppress the love that we have for our Palestinian brothers and sisters? No, you got the wrong people. I would say the same thing if they were Jewish brothers and sisters. The same thing if they were Haitian brothers and sisters. Same things as Ethiopian brothers and sisters. Don't get it twisted. We're trying to have some space of morality and spirituality in a moment of overwhelming barbarity. And I can hear the voices of Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass. I can hear the voices of Claudia Jones. I can hear the voices of W.B. Du Bois. I can hear the voices of John Coltrane's Love Supreme. I can hear the voices of Curtis Mayfield. I can hear the voices of Gil Scott-Heron. They're not just isolated names. They are forces in history that constitute our souls so that we can straighten our backs up. And Brother Martin used to say, anytime, every day people straighten their backs up, they're going somewhere, because folk can't ride your back unless it's bent. Our backs are straight. Our backs are ready. We are fortified. We ready to fight. We ready to resist with resilience. And when they tell us that the claims of our South African brothers and sisters are meritless, and you see they've said the names a number of times, so you know they got talking points. Meritless. Have you seen Gaza? Have you seen West Bank, not just after August 7th. Did you see it in 1948? Did you see it in 1967? Did you see it in 2008? Did you see it in 2014? And you're still looking, and all you can say is meritless. Biden, how cold-hearted and mean-spirited can you be? Got the nerve to go down to a black church where black people were crushed by some sick white supremacist brother. And then you know you're enabling blowing up mosques in Gaza, blowing up churches in Gaza, blowing up places where Jesus himself was born. I'm a Christian. I'm a revolutionary Christian. I come out of the household of Irene and Clifton. I come out of Shiloh Baptist Church. I'm influenced by the Black Panther Party. Don't tell me. Don't tell me that you can see what I see and call it meritless. We'll never put up with that. We'll never accommodate ourselves to that. And that's why we call it for more than a ceasefire. We want an end to the siege. We want an end to the occupation. We want Palestinians to live a life of dignity. Am I going on too long? One last point. One last point, because we're getting ready to march. But when I talk about free Palestine, and one of these days it's going to happen, I may not live to see it for myself, but I know I would have done all that I could to bear witness with every bone in my body. But I want that free Palestine to be a place where we're able to bring together human beings in such a way that, yes, we would be concerned about Jewish safety and security. Nobody's calling for the annihilation of Jewish brothers and sisters, but you'll never have Jewish security. You'll never have Jewish safety if you don't have Palestinian security, if you don't have Palestinian safety. That's what we're talking about. We want equality. We want equality. We want equality.
Thank you, Dr. Cornel West. Now it's my honor to introduce the final speaker, my boss, the Executive Director of American Muslims for Palestine, Dr. Osama Abu Rashid.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, heroes. Yes, you are heroes. The vanguard of justice, the voice of the voiceless, the voice of the oppressed, the voice of the Gazan people. Yes, you are. Be proud of yourself. We are proud of who we are. We are proud of what we stand for. And we are proud of who we stand for and who we stand against. Let the deaf hear. Let the blind see that we are here in the tens of thousands from all over America. We came here in the tens of thousands and bribed. Did any one of you get $250 to be here? Just a few weeks ago, Zionists were marching in Washington, D.C. A few thousands of them. A few of those who are morally corrupted were here, bribed, bought off, paid $250 to be here. But we, the tens of thousands, the hundreds of thousands of us, we came here on our own dime. came here because we are proud of what we stand for. Because we know the Gazan people are the oppressed. Because we know that Israel is a genocidal state. Because we know that Schumer, that Biden, that Hakeem Jeffrey should be ashamed of themselves. We come to stand with people like Professor Cornel West. We are proud standing next to him, but I am not proud to be next to Joe Biden. We're not. We're here because we celebrate Martin Luther King. Does anyone celebrate George Wallace? Do you even know who George Wallace is? Does anyone give a damn about George Wallace? Does anyone give a damn about Benjamin Netanyahu? Does anyone give a damn about Genocide Joe? But we all care for the people of Gaza, and we are them. History will celebrate you. History will register your names. History will register the victory of Gaza. And history will disregard Genocide Joe, Hakeem Jeffrey, Schumer, and the rest of the gang, the corrupt gang. My dear brothers and sisters, this is not a one activity for Palestine. What we do here is not the end of it. It didn't start today. It's not going to end tomorrow. We have to continue this work. We are ushering a new era in America. An era for a free Palestine. Not only to end genocide. Genocide will come to an end with our collective voices, with us collectively demanding it, enforcing it. We're not gonna forget, we're not gonna forgive. We will not. Those who are being tried now before the ICJ, whether they are condemned or not, we condemn them for genocide. Those apologists of them, those who are defending them, those who are providing them with the diplomatic immunity, we know that you are as implicated as Israel. We know that when this administration calls the charge against genocide Israel meritless, is that they are meritless. They should be ashamed of themselves. Shame on them. Joe Biden, Anthony Blinken, Austin, they know that they are as criminal as Netanyahu, as Ben-Gvir, as Smotrich, as Gallant, as Israel. We know that. That's why they call it meritless. No basis. Screw you, Joe Biden. Screw you. Screw you, Joe Biden. You would never be able to take away from us our freedom of expression. We would never be deterred by what you accuse us of being anti-Semitic. We're not the anti-Semitics here. We are for justice for all. It is you who are fueling anti-Semitism. When you claim that Israel is the embodiment of Judaism, when you claim that the Israeli people are the embodiment of Jews, they're not representatives of Jews. And we don't accept that you infringe on our freedom of expression. If you're able to fire university presidents because they stood for First Amendment, we're not going to allow you to compromise our First Amendment. We're not going to be deterred by you. This is a movement. The history, the future belongs to us. Younger Americans, you are the majority who condemn Israel, who sympathize with Palestine. Not because they're Palestinians, not because they're Muslims vis-a-vis Jews, or Christians vis-a-vis Jews, or Jews vis-a-vis others. It's not because of that. It's because we stand on a principle. We stand for justice for all, for any oppressed people. I am a proud Palestinian. I am a proud Arab. I am a proud Muslim. If Jews were being massacred the way the Palestinians are being massacred, wallahi, I'll be standing here, speaking on their behalf, defending them. I am not proud to say that I'll be like Joe Biden, a man who subscribes to selective humanity, selective morality. This corrupt administration was prompt in supporting the ICC, accusing Vladimir Putin, another corrupt, another dictator like this stupid guy here behind me. Accusing him of what? Of genocide. Accusing Russia of committing genocide in Ukraine, although the US doesn't even recognize the ICC. But suddenly we have some moral authority, as he claims. We go against Russia. We go against Vladimir Putin. We see the crimes that Russia is committing in Ukraine. But when it comes to Israel, there is no genocide. Anthony Blinken suddenly is a blind person. Anthony Blinken suddenly is a deaf person. Anthony Blinken, whose hard acts over the Palestinian children being pulled from under the wreckage, still has the audacity to call it meritless, accusing Israel of being a genocidal state. So let me tell you this. We don't subscribe to selective humanity. We don't subscribe to selective morality. We subscribe to humanity, we subscribe to morality, and we subscribe to justice, and we subscribe to ejecting these corrupt politicians from office. I'll end with this. I am proud to be the executive director of the American Muslims for Palestine. I'm proud to be the executive director of its affiliate 501c4 organization, Americans for Justice in Palestine Action, AGP Action, a lobbying organization for Palestine. I am proud of this collective effort by the Muslim Task Force, by American Muslim Task Force, by our staff. I'm so proud that we have made this a reality. I am proud that we believed in you, and you believed in us, and we believe Palestine will be free. And I am proud to tell you that this fight will continue. That does not end here. One, do you see a petition here? Tax Gaza to 21,000. Everyone, I know maybe you don't have service here. Tax Gaza to 21,000. Don't go home tonight, before you tax Gaza to 21,000, number one. Two, this is a movement. Be part of it. Go to our website, American Muslims for Palestine, OAMP.org, AGPAction.org. Become a member. Become a member of JVP. Become a member of this movement. Become a member of Code Pig. Support all of these organizations. All of these organizations. Become active. This is what's going to change things. Don't be less enthusiastic. Don't be less passionate about your cause. Make sure that your corrupt politicians hear from you. If they're good, thank them. But if they're bad on Palestine, make sure that they hear you. Continue to fight for Palestine. Leave tonight home more committed that this is a movement. I am an integral part of it. It's not gonna work without me. It is a collective responsibility, but it is also a personal responsibility. We are going to reconstruct this dream, this hope. We are going to realize it. We are going to ensure Palestine will be free. We were going to ensure that America will be free. We were going to ensure that no more cheating, no more deception, no more politician promising us equality, freedom, justice for all, when they are the most morally bankrupt people who continue to lie and think that they can get away with it. We will make sure that we don't forget and we don't what? Forgive. We don't, right? Palestine will be free. Gaza will be victorious. We are not running away. The Gaza people are standing tall on their land. They are not fleeing. They are not leaving their homeland. They will come back to the same houses that Israel destroyed. They will be rebuilt. Palestine will continue to be on the map. Tell Netanyahu, screw you, screw your map, screw your government. We will dismantle this apartheid state. We will dismantle this genocide state. Only justice will bring all to live in peace. Muslim, Christian, Jews, all people will live in peace. When Israel, in its current form, as the current structure, will cease to exist, but freedom and justice will prevail and continue to exist. Assalamu alaikum.
Free, free Palestine! We have a chant in Arabic for our people in Gaza. When I say Ana Raja, Raja, I need you guys to respond Raja. So everything I say, y'all just say Raja, okay? You ready? Let's try it out. Ana Raja, Raja. There we go. Ana Raja, Raja. Ana Raja, Raja. Ana Raja, Raja. عبد حنون على جباليا. أنا راجع راجع. أنا راجع راجع. على الشجاعية. على الشجاعية. على الزيتون. أنا راجع راجع. بيت حنون بيت حنون. بيت حنون بيت حنون. Free, free Palestine. Now I am going to ask you all to start making your way over to 14th Street. But as you do so, let's make sure the people in Gaza hear us. Let's do this together. Gaza, 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 Gaza. We ask you all to be mindful. If you are on my right side, the right of the stage, feel free to exit from that side. Feel free to exit from that side. Use both sides of the street. We have all this area. Go up 14th. We want to be as safe as possible. Take your time. Go in the way that makes most sense for you. But as you go, let's keep chanting. Free, free Palestine! 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 End the occupation now! End the occupation now! End the occupation now! End the siege on Gaza 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 now! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Ceasefire now! 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 The occupation's got to go, hey, hey. Ho, ho. The occupation's got to go, hey, hey. Ho, ho. The occupation's got to go, hey, hey. Ho, ho. The occupation's got to go. Ho, ho. The occupation's got to go. As we march up 14th to the White House, let's let them hear us. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Genocide Joe has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Genocide Joe has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Genocide Joe has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Ho, ho. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Biden, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Biden, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Bloody Blinken, Genocide Joe. Both of them have got to go. Bloody Blinken, Genocide Joe. Both of them have got to go. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. End the occupation now. End the siege on Gaza now. End the siege on Gaza now. Stop killing children. 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 Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Let Gaza live. 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 Free Palestine! End the occupation now! End the siege on Gaza 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 now! Hey, hey, ho, ho! The occupation's got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Genocide Joe has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Genocide Joe has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Genocide Joe has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!